us today, as above, so below. We're talking about Venus energy, and we're talking about magnetism. To each and every one of you guys, if this is your first time in my life, my name is Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. I am the apostle and pastor of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated, and my beliefs are deeply rooted in the ATRs. Those are the African traditional religions by which we harness, direct, and disperse energy, frequency, and vibration. To each and every one of you guys, first of all, salutations to my Madrina, to my Padrino, to my Oba, and to all of my brothers and sisters in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Kumi, Congo, Palo, Mystic, and Ajay, Pink, Kimbanda, and Kabbalah, Eastern Stars, Masons, those that are practicing the black arts in the church, and those that have left the church, still practicing the black arts, but got church influence. To each and every one of you guys on this platform, we do not teach my personal belief. We teach universal laws, sir and ma'am, because they apply and they are applicable to each and every one. I want to say thank you so much for all of you guys that have been following me, having opportunity to understand spirituality. I think my camera is off. Top man. I don't know how I did that. But thank you, Ronnie. Hold on, let me see who all came in. Stormy, my Sagittarius. And I got from Detroit. Then I got Shamari, my Cancer from Chicago, the Windy City. I have Mama Susan in here. My Gemini. Then I got Ryan, my Cardinal, Air, Libra, and then I got my Demetrius, my Gemini. I don't know how they well, handle your business and make your money, Demetrius. Now, I'm gonna discuss some things today. Now, if you don't mind, sir and ma'am, hit that like button on your way in and on your way out. Now, I want to share this information, and I don't want to be confused. I don't want what I'm about to say to be confused. But I want you to understand when you are operating in your melanin and you're operating in excellency when it comes down to the spiritual arts. So let me explain. This is the day of Venus. I'm out here venerating Ogun. Many of you guys are going to be part of our ceremony, purchasing your candles. I got so much stuff for Ogun. And then I got the avocados that are ruled by Venus, but I have some extraterrestrial energy out here as well, and I have the saber tree. Now, those that understand our personal affinity for the saber tree, if you know, you know, okay. And I'm doing this ritual to make this ceremony that we're gonna embark into as strong as I possibly can. And why am I doing that? Because I can. I'm at the foot of the saber tree, so I want to explain this message. And my title is "Don't Be Humbled When God Has Exalted You." And I want y'all to understand that when you are operating in your melanin energy and frequency, and you are operating in the gift and talents and individuality that the Divine Mother and Father has given you, there are going to be people, places, and things with the endeavorment of humbling you. And this is a false idea that people, when they can't achieve what you achieve, when they can't ascend like you ascend, they can't manifest the greatness that you are operating in, the next thing they're going to try to do is humble you. That may be done through mistreatment. They won't give you honor where honor is due. Clearly, they understand who the GOAT is. I'm going to say that again. I'm a Sagittarius, moon in Aries, and rising sign Pisces. I want y'all to understand, when you get your tools and you operating with your tools and you starting to manifest things, and things are happening into your life regardless of what you did and did not do. Come on here, somebody. And you're investing in your membership, and all of a sudden things are turning around in your favor, and you yourself are not conscious of anything you have done differently to be getting this type of outcome. Come on here, somebody. I ain't been that good. I ain't been that healthy that I deserve the blessings when it comes to my health. And people want to humble me as though my testimony ain't what it is. Come on here, somebody. Some of you guys are going to testify in the ears, in the presence of people that are going to try to humble you. They will may statement, don't get beside yourself. You know, what God giveth, he can take it away. No. I have been exalted by the Most High. I have been blessed by the ancestors. I have been blessed by the Loas, the Nkisi, and the Impungos. And this is a decision that they made to put me in the place that I'm in. You understand? And what some of you are going to do, because you still have Christian traits, Christian beliefs, and Christian influence, you're going to humble yourself when God has already exalted you. You're going to try to behave like you at the valley low when you really on the mountaintop. And that is a disgrace to God and your spirits, because if they wanted you at the valley low, they could have kept you at the valley low. I think somebody trying to hear me on today. The magnetism that is necessary for the next level of your blessings, you're going to have to vibrate in the place where God has exalted you, has exalted your higher self, has fed your higher self. And what's going to happen, sir and ma'am, if I be a Sagittarius, and I am, my moon is in Aries, and it is, and my rising sign is Pisces, and it is, you're going to come across, as long as you tell the good news, as long as you share the good news that God has blessed, in spite of your decision, in spite of your circumstance, and in spite of your situation. And people will come along and say, you're doing too much. I was doing too much when he exalted me. You're shining too bright. And these people will accuse you of attention seeking. Let me explain. When you have been exalted by your eguns and your ancestors and your divine mother and father, your light is going to shine, which is naturally going to bring attention. But the people that are trying to humble your light and trying to dim your light, they're not going to say it like that. What they're going to say is, you're trying to draw attention to yourself. Come on here, somebody. When your light is shining as bright as it is, it's going to already draw attention. That's why I say we don't chase, we attract. I'm going to get the necessary attention that I need because of what I'm already doing and what God has done in my life. And I don't want my tribe, I don't want my members of my church, I don't want anybody that I'm doing work for. I don't want you to fall up under this false pretense of humility, to make other people feel comfortable, to make other spiritualists feel comfortable, to make other Hugans and Momos and other African tradition make them feel like they're not that far behind you, or if not far behind you, equal to you. But I want you to operate in the exalted state where the spirits are taking you. I'm not trying to be basic. I'm not trying to be like everybody else. It has no appeal to me. It has no attraction to me. And I was going to do this particular video on TikTok, and I realized that they would never let me get finished through this type of message, because melanin people are talking about the first shall be last. You're never, and the last shall be first. You're never going to be the head and not the tail if you are not operating where God has exalted you, where the divine has esteemed you, where the divine has honored you. There's a mindset that most Christians have, and people with church influence. You feel like if you talk too much about your blessings, then somehow mishap. No, I'm not saying that when you operate like this that people ain't gonna be jealous, people ain't gonna be envious, people are not going to try to humble you. What I am saying to you, sir and ma'am, as an individual, that you have to understand that you have already been proven. You've already passed the test. You have already given the offerings. You already sowed the seed. Why are you operating in a mindset because of other people that your harvest has not come, when it has obviously showed up? The ship has docked. The plane has landed. I'm here to tell you that you're in a space and a place of exposure, that God is going to bless you and cause men to give into your bosom good measure, shaken together and running over. And if you're not operating in that light that God has exalted you, how you going to draw the people that he's promised? How you going to draw the blessings he's promised? Because you have to be in the frequency and the vibration that is in alignment with your prophecy, in alignment with your declaration, in alignment with the words that you have spoken out of your mouth. I wish a nigga would try to humble me. I wish a nigga would try to humble me speaking in tongues. I wish a nigga would try to humble my operations of Ebo, my operations of Loa, my operations concerning my sexuality. Oh, come on here, somebody. People will try to humble you, and you can't even take my flaws and humble me, because he that begun a good work in me, well, he knew about my flaws and still decided. She knew about my flaws and she still decided to crown my head. Therefore, I don't have an allegiance to your humility. Okay. I don't have an allegiance to make you feel that we're in the same boat. Because I obviously, as a Sagittarius, want to make sure you understand we ain't in the same boat. I have a mandate that you know my favor and your favor ain't the same. The blessing you have may not make you rich, but the blessings on my life going true. Let me explain something to you guys about confidence that's necessary to be your own individual. This type of thinking, this type of understanding of self is going to cause you, when you get your work done, cause you to attract things on a whole higher level, because you have the understanding. Let me explain it to you like this. The air that you breathe by the valley low, that air is heavy. But your lungs are conditioned to breathe that type of air and atmosphere. But the higher you go up in the mountains, the higher you go up in altitude on the plane, you will realize that breathing is different. Your heart rate is going to increase because you're not accustomed to that exalted place. This is when we use the terminology elevation, or I feel elevated. When you're not accustomed of being high vibrational, when you're not accustomed to being an extraterrestrial, you will allow people to bring you down in elevation in order for them to be able to compete with your prayers, your affirmations, your candle burning, your seed sowing. Not in this season. Not in this season. Understanding your value. Libra is ruled by Venus and Taurus. You need to understand your values and how and why you were chosen for that elevation. And so therefore, why would I not show gratitude for my elevation or my exaltation that did not come on my own, but was given to me by divine legislation? Oh, I feel that. The praise report I have was not given unto me of myself, but all the celestial orders gave me the strength, gave me the protection. That's why I'm honoring Mafedi Funogun. I'm trying to help melanated people understand. If you get this work done and God begin to exalt you, do not be humbled by people, places, and things. Don't be humbled by environments that are not in sync with what you're doing. Don't allow yourself to be humbled because of cultural prejudice. When you melanated, you belong among the stars. I'm going to say that again. When you are melanated, you belong among the stars. And I'm not going to allow nobody, no circumstance and situation. This is what happened with the football player. Because people that are basic, when they have set records that can be overtaken. Oh, y'all ain't trying to hear me today. When mediocre people set margins and markers that melanated people can supersede easily, effortlessly, you're going to be confronted about clothing yourself in this false humility. And I love what Simone Biles said. They asked her, why are you doing all these difficult stunts that these other gymnasts cannot do? And her response was, because I can. Now the very thing, and because she didn't allow them to humble her, they used to penalize her for doing her stunts. And now they have called certain stunts she do by her name. See, if you let them humble you before they honor you, oh, come on here, somebody. If you let them humble you before they honor you, that's your fault. And she kept allowing them to penalize her because they thought that would deter that melanated woman. But it only put a passion in her. Because I can soar like they can't soar. Because I can move faster than they can. I can execute better than they can. No. I'm not telling you to do what I do. I'm telling you, if you're going to go through all of that, invest like you investing, do the things you're doing, then why are you letting people, places, and things humble you? How can you be melanated and be humble? If you submit to God, that's all you have an obligation to do. And it's my submission to God, the God in you. Because you can't match what God is doing in my life. Now you want me to be humble? You think that Rodney Hinton needs to be humbled. If these laws don't humble Donald Trump, they're not going to humble him. It's not going to make him feel he did something wrong. People that try to humble you, they try to make you feel like you made the wrong decision. I'm trying to tell y'all, it's a psychological warfare. The football player, if y'all help me out, is that Deion Sanders' son? They're not even saying that this man did not train his son well. They're not even saying that his son is not meeting the requirements. They're not saying that he doesn't perform. Because he's openly speaking of his father's achievement, I want y'all to hear melanin. If you can't stand in the presence of greatness and not feel great, if you cannot stand among your peers and still feel great, you might not be great. You might not be as great as you think you are. Because Aretha Franklin was still great when Whitney Houston was on the stage singing. Patti LaBelle was still great when Aretha was singing. Glass Knight was singing. Your greatness should not change because somebody else is greater. John the Baptist was known by Yahshua as the greatest prophet of the Old Testament. Do you hear me? But John the Baptist said there's one coming greater. He didn't change his baptism of water with nobody. Some of y'all, when y'all get around the greatness of other people, you start pulling back. I remember Whitney Houston, Kelly Price was talking about Whitney Houston. And somebody on her staff told her, "You're not here to upstage Whitney. Don't come here with all that." Because it wasn't about Whitney Houston. It was more so about her upstaging them. You got to know when people will use people you got respect for. Come on here, somebody. They will use the people you believe in. They will use the people that you honor and you respect to make you humble yourself when they themselves got a problem with your greatness. And so Whitney was listening to Kelly Price while they was singing, and she said, "What's wrong with you?" And she told Whitney Houston what they had told her. And Whitney said, "Show me who it was." And Whitney fired them. Because when you great, you don't have to humble nobody. You do your thing, and I'm going to do my thing. And we're going to all be great in this. She said, "That's why I wanted you on my song, because of your greatness." Everybody ain't intimidated to have other powerful people, have other people, melanated people, excelling on the platform. Because I ain't fit to humble myself for nobody. Because I was exalted. That's why I feel so good when I see black people show out. I know that's right. I'm trying to give you some psychological knowledge because it's all mental. Because I don't care how talented you are or how great you are with your gift. But somebody messing with your head, you don't perform the same. That's why I love to see people do their craft that love that craft. Because they excel in a different way that other people that doing their craft just to be doing it. I'm trying to tell y'all about black excellence in a way that you don't find yourself allowing, because they're going to do it. They're going to say it. They're going to handle you. If they got a whole group. Remember Shirley Caesar's song said, when she was speaking about Shouting John, and Shouting John decided to join a dead church, and he started thinking about how God had blessed him and how he able at his old age to get behind that mule and plow that land, and he began to shout, "What's up there, baby?" Somebody said, Melodies said how Apostle, he started shouting, and they said, "You can't keep shouting like that in the church. We a dignified church." He didn't let them humble him. He said, "Since I can't shout in your church, hold my mule and I'll shout right here. On the same land God gave me. On the same body that God gave me help with. If I can't do it in your house." See, sometimes you can't use your gift in somebody else's house. It don't mean they can humble you. Because just like God did for me, he gave my own ministry. You can't humble me. You can't make me look less than to make you look greater. Because it's your house. Because it's your elect. Because this is your church. Because this is your business. You may be the owner and the CEO of the company, but we know who talent and skill makes your business successful. And we're gonna leave it at that. Because I can't change that you the CEO, and you can't change my greatness. You can't change my greatness. You can hire me in a high position, or you fire me. But my greatness is what it is. And I'm not gonna be humble. I'm not gonna be humble because of circumstances. What I mean by circumstances, sometimes your fulfillment has not come yet. Your fulfillment has not come yet. So somebody may tell you what you praising God like that for. What you being thankful for God like that. But because I know where I am going. See, I'm going to millionaire status. I know I'm going beyond that. But right now, my next destination is millionaire status. See, when you know where you're going, you can shout now. When you know where you're going and your ancestors have exalted you, you can shout now. You can praise God, the divine, mother and father, right now. You don't have to have the mail in the mailbox to shout now. See, I just got my paperwork. They received it at the retirement. I don't know when I'm gonna get my check, but I know I'm gonna get it. There's no reason for me to stress because I know I'm gonna get it. Mario's headstone already paid for. It's still gonna happen. I'm not going to let you humble me because of your slowfulness. I'm not going to let you humble me because you think I'm doing too much. Even the way I venerate the Orishas, the Loa, and Kisi, and Pungos, I have people that won't even like my videos or like my pictures. That don't humble me. I'm a Sagittarius. My moon is in Aries. Petty is what we do. The more you don't like it, the more I know you do like it. And the more I'm going to go hard. So when people got their own insecurities and your greatness increasing or magnifying their insecurities, they need you to calm down. See, white people don't look so great when you put it at our history. That's why when people want to humble you, they want to tell you about when you were enslaved. But they don't want to talk about how many slave masters you killed while you were enslaved. See, selective memory and selective history is an indication they trying to humble you. And you can't, even in death, you can't humble my greatness. Because when Yahshua gave up the ghost, it was declared that he had all power in heaven and earth. See, the mere fact that you trying to humble my beginnings and humble my ascension and humble my departure, it doesn't change the fact of what I'm great at. And my body of work will speak for eternity because energy cannot be destroyed. It will always be in the archives of memory. Just like the word said that heaven and earth will bear record, the earth element knew I was here. The fire element knew I was here. The earth element knew I was here. Ebasha. The water element, it's all got memory. It's the firmaments of the divine. Huh? I serve the God which was, is, and is to come. I'm going to say that again. I serve the God which was, which is, and is to come. You are not going to humble me. You can't humble me because of numbers on a goddamn app. You can't humble me. What's up, my baby Scorpio? You understand? These are the mental games people gonna play. Men try to humble women by cheating on them. If your value is how your man responds to you and not because you're a proper 31 woman, see, I say, I don't care whether you give me credit or don't give me credit. It don't change my value. We're in the age, and talking about age of Aquarius, but we're in the season of Taurus. See, when you know your value, you won't let a bitch talk to you as though you ignorant. No. You ain't gonna make me feel wrong because you storm out the room. I'm still right. If you stop fooling with me, I'm still in the right. Bitch, you just stop fooling with me because I was right about what I said. I'm not gonna let you humble me because you talk about me and gossip about me. That ain't gonna change the fact what happened in the situation and the circumstance. The facts still remain the same. We're in the age of Aquarius. Huh? You can call me a punk motherfucker. It don't change the fact that I fuck you. And none of that changes. Your personal assertion does not change the facts involved. That's why I'm trying to teach y'all something. Huh? Like my ex-wife said to me, you know I was fat when you got this pussy. I said, true. But because you were fat, wasn't gonna make me to lift your ass in the air. Ain't that it? We both got some facts. You got me on that. You got me on that. One thing about Sagittarius, if you got me, you just got me. When you got me, you got me. Facts ain't gonna be for me or against. It's either is or is not. But I don't let people humble me when God has exalted me. I'm not talking about exalting myself. I'm talking about when Egun, when Aloha and Kisi and Pungo, when the spirits of the divine, your spiritual core has elevated you to a space. And now that these people are trying to mishandle you and mistreat you because of this newfound light of your brilliance. I've seen people walk away from their blessing because somebody made them feel like it was too much. You'll walk away from a mansion. Oh, Bashandidio. Couldn't be me. You'll walk away from God's goodness because somebody feels some type of way. They feel insecure. Why are you, let me ask you this question. Why are you easily ready to relate to the insecurities in people, but you're not willing to resonate and quickly resonate with the greatness in people? You always want to resonate and have feelings for people operating in their low vibration and their lower mind and their lower state. But you don't resonate when people are walking in their greatness. You melanated. You melanated. That's the best thing God could have ever done for you on Mother Earth, is give you melanin skin. And the blacker the berry, the goddamn sweeter the juice. I'm in Miami, y'all. I'm in Miami Cemetery. Ain't nobody for to humble me about my conscience. The more people that walk away is the more room for the people that come. I have not seen God not give me my daily bread because a bitch got a problem with my greatness. Huh? I don't care how many elays got a problem with me. It don't make me no less greater. You just a bitch got a problem with me. I ain't bothering you. As long as you don't put your dick beaters on me, you can have all the problem in the world you want. Long as you don't take that leftover cum up under your nails and touch me with it. Put your DNA on me. We ain't got no problem. Because you got a right to feel however you feel. But humbling me, not when God exalted me. It give me the opportunity to work with Ogun on this level. Ogun on this level. And to be extraterrestrial as though that's not a rarity. People would make like, when I say I'm an extraterrestrial, they act like that ain't no big thing. Bitch, you can't humble me because you can't even spell extraterrestrial. You can't hardly even say it, no less than spell it. And you can't be something that you ain't evolved to. So I don't let people humble me by their absence. People don't humble me because of how they give. I be looking at these bitches crazy. Bitch nigga and bitch female. Like, you don't really know me. You don't know the individual energy, frequency, and vibration I have. When I say I'm unbothered and unmoved, and I will roll over your ass if necessary, because I am a Sagittarius. Because I would spin off on your back. Because I ain't your problem. Your achievements spiritually are basic. And you never evolved in it. That ain't my problem. It ain't my problem that you don't feed your egos like I feed mine. It's not my problem that you are not obedient. You do what you want, when you want, how you want. I that's your business. I will travel to Miami. I got to go to Tampa and do this crowning with Padrino, but I'm gonna always represent. I take great pleasure in representing whatever entity and energy I have or is working for me, and I'm gonna boast. My soul gonna boast in the Lord, and a lot of the things that y'all don't understand, I'm already shouting now, and some things I haven't even obtained. I'm still shouting about what I have accomplished. I'm still shouting about my healing. I'm still shouting about my breakthrough. I'm still shouting about the money that I didn't expect to have and I got it anyway. I'm still shouting about the people that love my church and the people that God replaced. They ain't even a headache. They ain't even a liability, and they ain't even a bother. When the tide change, you're not gonna humble me. Cause if the tides are running low because of the moon cycle, what the hell you gonna talk about? Oh, why you ain't doing this now? Cause the tide low. Because the tide low. I'm in metamorphics. I'm operating in change right now. I'm redoing my house right now, and it look a mess. But bitch, hang around when I get it. See, people will try to handle you and humble you while you're going through changes, trying to become a better version of yourself. They will look at the construction and try to judge you because you are constructing a different outcome and lifestyle for yourself. You ain't gonna look at me building something and humble me. As long as I know I got it in me to finish what I started, you can't humble me. That's why when they found out that I was sick, by the time they found out that I was sick, I was already healed. I'm gonna say that again. By the time you found out I was going down, I was already coming up. That's the God I serve. By the time you get the news and you get the win, I done already farted it out. I'm already feeling better. I'm already looking better. I'm already being better. Huh? When he said no weapon formed against me shall prosper, I'm telling you the mindset that you gonna need to have when God go to blessing. Cause niggas are gonna go messing. And if you ain't around the right person with the mentality necessary, they will try to humble you. Because they can have you outshining and out doing them. Y'all know how niggas is. You know, ain't nobody showing their Ogun Orisha. Everybody supposed to be so much in their Orishas. I'm on all these social media platforms. How he supposed to be a pastor and talking about he a hoe? You ain't never seen no hoish pastor? Or no hoe that's a pastor? I think I'm a hoe that was a pastor because I think I was a hoe before I came a pastor. It might have been in my destiny, but that thread of hoism was already there. And I have excelled in both, in whoredom and as a pastor. As long as I ain't hoeing with you, and as long as I ain't hoeing with your children, I can be all the whole I can be. That's what I said. See, you're gonna learn one day how to be your own individual and not allow people to take your situation and your circumstances and humble you. You can't humble me because I got three baby mamas. You can't humble me. You can't humble me because I have a family that was involved in drugs, murder, all kind of trifling stuff. And people get mad with you because they can't use that to humble you. I love every last one of them just the same. If they was a senator, if they was a bum, I was gonna have the same love for them. And if I wasn't gonna fuck with them, it wouldn't matter if there was a senator or the president of the United States. I'm a Sag. And that's the level of confidence that you need to have as an individual, that when God does exalt you, when the divine does exalt you, when the ego exalts you. Do y'all really know? I don't play checkers. I play chess. I know that certain people gonna check my life out. And I purposely say shit that gonna rub them the wrong way. And you still think you in control. On today, this Friday, I'm attracting my wealth and my health. Huh? People around this life need to understand. You do not let nobody, and I'm gonna reiterate this, humble you when God has exalted you. When you exalt yourself, that's why you can be humble. If you want to know why you can be shown that you something you not, because you exalted yourself. Your egos didn't do it. God didn't do it. The Orishas didn't do it. The Loas didn't do it. It wasn't even your time for exaltation. You exalted yourself because you competing with your brothers and sisters. See, self-exaltation will get you humble. And you'll be humbled by somebody else's exaltation. Because you don't want to say you're an apostle. You don't want to say you're a tata. You want to say you chosen. And then when a chosen vessel come around, your car look like a Mercedes until a real Mercedes come around. That's humble. That's what humble pie is. If God had exalted you in that area of blessing, then you couldn't be humble. When you stay in your lane, you can't be humble. When you're not comparing yourself with other people outside your lane, you can't be humble. How does salt gonna humble the sugar? Because it ain't salty. Oh, you sweet. You ain't built like me. I ain't supposed to be, bitch. We just look alike. Salt and sugar, we just look alike. And in my original state, if I hadn't had me bleached, trying to be adjacent to whiteness, my real sugar is brown, motherfucker. Yeah, I said it. Huh? Because when you operate in the raw, you got to be real about how people going to respond to you. Everybody talking about, oh, he too raw. I ain't raw enough. Because if you knew the stuff that I really wanted to say on social media, if you know the testimony I really wanted to give on social media, it'll make you blush. It will make you blush. And I think y'all, some of y'all think I done said some wild stuff on social media. But honey, you don't know a Sagittarius. I try to be nice. I try to be nice. If me being great at what I do makes you mistreat me in some type of way, make you don't want to fellowship or work with me in some type of way, make you want to lie on me, that ain't gonna humble me. I stand over in the corner by my damn self and shine, because one thing I know about the anointing, it don't matter where you place in the room, you gonna dominate. You can put me in the corner, you can put me in the bathroom, I'ma still dominate that ass space because I have the greater anointing. I done sat in churches and didn't open my mouth and controlled what was going on because I dominate. I don't have to say nothing. You don't have to let me testify in your church. You don't have to give me space to give a word. Because when you got it, you goddamn sure got it. And I refuse. What row on the seat? How far back you want me to sit in your church, in your elect? I don't have to. When you see me with Padrino, my godfather, they have to be looking for me, cause I be to myself. He the one want me up front. Not that ain't me, cause I ain't here to splatter Latino people all over the globe. Cause you won't try me, cause I'm adjacent to Padrino. I got my own fame. Not that my Padrino ain't famous, but I got my own fame and I got my own light. Mexicanos, Puerto Ricans. So before I fuck you up, because I'm walking next to Padrino, before you could become an enemy instead of an ally, I stay away. Cause you ain't gonna humble me. Cause I'm gonna be me wherever I go. And guess what? Ain't nothing you did stop. He still want me to crown people. He still want me to assist him in them same thing that you ain't even qualified to assist him in. So when the Bible said like this, your gift will make room for you and bring you before great and mighty men. It's a real thing. All y'all that follow me and gonna be participating in this old goon ceremony, I want you to understand, we will not be humble because God has exalted us. We will not. Huh? Whether you got young pussy or the old pussy, we will not be humble. Whether you got young, strong nuts or you got nuts hanging on the ground, we will not be humble. It's our season of exaltation. And that's all it is. It's okay. Tell them it's okay. It's okay. And I'm still gonna be me. I love y'all. I'ma see y'all. I'ma get on the road and get back to my hometown. I done deal with it. I'm sorry. If you want me to come to your area in Florida, all you gotta do is book me, and I'll be at the hotel. I've been hoeing in these parts, so I already know the hotels to go to. So I ain't got to figure that out. So I just need to do it for the Lord this time, and be a blessing to His people. All right, her people too. All right, love y'all. Peace.